Good evening, everyone. My name is Stacy Williams, and I have put together a presentation called Leading an Effective Team. Basically, I have been asked and tasked with recruiting employees to be part of a 6-person team to recommend a new performance evaluation system for our company. Part of this process is building the team and leading them through the stages of team development and being aware of the roles and behaviors that can occur, and considering performance and productivity for the team, types of rewards and compensation, and communication throughout the team members. And then considering my role as the leader and the challenges that I might face. So this is my presentation regarding that information. First, we're going to look at team roles and behaviors. As I stated, I'm the leader of this team, and I'm recruiting 6 members to develop a new performance evaluation system. The team is going to consist of an HR representative, someone from upper executive management, 2 supervisors or leaders from different departments, and then 2 floor employees, as well as myself, to create the cultural diversity that we need within the team. It's important to know that members are going to bring their own thoughts, values, ideas, experiences, and perspectives to help launch new ideas for the change process. So it's not just people that all have the same ideas and thoughts coming together. We're going to have a different diversity of interests and information available for us to work on how to create this performance evaluation. It's important to set clear expectations and goals in the beginning, and the team will determine how to obtain the best outcome for this new evaluation system. And they have to have a personal investment in the project, and that will help improve morale, and production will increase as well. Although we initially are forming this team on a temporary basis to develop this system, once it's implemented, the team may need to reconvene to review the outcome and any ongoing problems that we might need to adjust along the way. And it's possible that a permanent performance system will likely be monitored by the HR department on a continuous basis with help from the team as needed. Our team will also be multifunctional and consist of people from different areas of the business, but with similar skill sets. It's a problem-solving team because we have specific goals, and we're utilizing cross-functional team members to reach those goals, perform the tasks, and work on a deadline. We'll be functioning in some aspects of the traditional team because there is some management involved. We have to have that to keep us on track, and especially between HR and one person from management that has the leadership ability to help the team reach their goals. And then teams will also share objectives, skills, role clarity, internal and external coordination, resources and support. It's good to have trust, mental models, diversity, learning, and efficacy within the team. This makes them feel like they belong, they're worthy, and they're competent. Moving on to team performance and productivity, there are 7 habits model where the habits build upon each other to create personal and interpersonal effectiveness. This model consists of being proactive within the team and as the leader preparing everybody to take action. Beginning the ideas with the end in mind, so you're envisioning the future and how you're going to reach that goal, and putting first things first, prioritizing and ranking steps in importance. And then thinking win-win, where you value and respect people and understand that a win is better for everybody in the long term. You seek to understand and then be understood, so that includes empathetic listening and others listening back, reciprocating what you are doing, and creating a positive environment for problem solving. Synergy combines individual strengths to achieve goals. Things cannot be done alone. That's why we form a team, so that we can all work together for the betterment of the business. And then sharpening the saw, balancing and renewing resources and energy to create a long-term effective routine. Kind of like what I was saying, where we might have to reconvene after we've disbanded to look at any things that might come up once the new performance evaluation system is implemented, and to look at and fine tune anything there. Smart leaders know that their team makes them successful, and a healthy level of trust creates collaboration, so everybody's comfortable and is contributing to the team. Members have to be interested in one another, and they need to get to know each other informally. By giving employees responsibility and ownership, they'll try new things, they'll take risks, and this can lead to lots of ideas that might have not otherwise been thought of. If people aren't comfortable, they're not going to share their ideas, so we have to bring that comfort level, make sure everybody is getting to know one another and that they feel comfortable bringing about different ideas. And then making sure goals, guidelines, timelines, and background information are shared, clear, understandable. We can't assume that everyone operates with the same strengths and personalities, because that could be a disaster. We have to make sure that we're, some people learn via reading, some people learn via audio, some people learn, face to face. So keeping that in mind when we're creating our team and leading our team is helpful. And then investing and empowering everybody in the team to do their best is important as well. There are some advantages and benefits of teams. Those include working in a new setting, sharing experiences, skills, and interests, forming new friendships. Good. Lots of times people in teams get to know one another and find out that they really like somebody that they might not have otherwise gotten the time to know. You do have that input into what affects you and your coworkers. So in this particular case, we're looking at a new performance system. So having team members from different backgrounds and different areas of the business, having that say in how this new performance system is going to work is going to create that buy-in from other employees within the business, because they're going to see that it wasn't just people from management making the decisions. There were other people involved that would be helpful to getting their ideas across. And then you also get to be proud you're part of a solution to a problem that's been ongoing within this job. So it's a very fulfilling thing to be involved in this particular team. We want to motivate everyone to succeed, and this can also make us vested in the company. People may want to contribute to other goals, clubs, teams. They'll see that these coworkers are involved in this particular team, and that might make other people want to be involved in different aspects of the business as well. And then expanding your education, your skill sets, learning things new, and learning how to work with other people in a team setting is enlightening as well. You will have enhanced work performance and productivity. Enthusiasm can be contagious. Members, again, can share their good feelings, their team spirit. They might want to contribute in other ways and make things work really well within the company. Also, in creating a change initiative, some brainstorming occurs. Members bring valuable information to the team direct from the other employees, including wants, needs, ideas, leaves communication open for bringing these ideas to the team so that they can be implemented. And these might be ideas that management may have not thought of if they'd have been the only ones on the team, because they don't work per se like on the floor or directly with the individuals that this performance plan is going to affect. It's not just up to the management to make those decisions. Team members can share their knowledge and experiences, and they know what will and won't work, so it helps create that learning environment in an inclusive way. And again, employees are more apt to listen to the ideas because their peers have helped develop the program, so it creates that buy-in, trust, and motivation for success. And the company thrives and recognizes the achievements of workers, and this makes everybody happy, which then in turn starts to cycle over again and creates that job satisfaction. We're looking at a performance evaluation plan, and so we want to do this with the benefit of the employees in mind. We want to get appropriate and useful feedback to help grow with the growth. Management, it brings about management accountability. It sets assessment standards that are beneficial to employees and the company. It'll have a performance tracking system to see if additional training or performance improvement plans are needed. Evaluation and goal documentation will be involved in case there needs to be some sort of dismissal for improvement not occurring, or somebody doing something that they shouldn't be doing. So this keeps that documentation in mind. This will also help improve work conditions, performance, and company investment, and help boost morale. The plan is going to focus on rewarding individuals within the company for going above and beyond, and will allow for promotional grooming. And if the company supports the new program and provides the correct resources, employees are going to want to be accountable and improve their performance through additional training. And the opportunity will be there to obtain that training and utilize their skills, which increases competency. The evaluation system will redefine the roles and provide detailed job responsibilities with shared objectives within departments, creating empowerment with one another. And this success and empowerment will decrease turnover, increase performance, and create a positive work environment. Rewards and compensation we'll talk about a little bit now. People do enjoy being rewarded or compensated for a job well done. And there can be individual rewards and team rewards. In our particular case, we're going to look at a team-based reward program because we're going to apply it to the group as a whole that's working towards these specific goals of implementing this new performance system. And it's hard to know, too, the connection between rewards and motivation is what will have a lasting effect versus things that will not. It's hard to predict what's going to motivate everybody because no two organizations or teams or work environments are the same. So motivational factors can differ slightly from organization to organization and from one person's perspective to another. There are things like performance-based rewards, which include monetary things such as a bonus, raises, non-monetary items like recognition, gift certificates, employee discounts, free t-shirts, free hats. And then there can also be things like professional development, maybe taking a couple of local classes, or there's lots of different places that offer little short one-day professional development programs that people can go to. And there's also profit sharing or stock options. Outcome-based rewards, which are like commissions or bonus commissions. There can be discretionary gain sharing or team incentive profit sharing as well. A reward and compensation system for teams usually follows 6 criteria for success. They have to fit the financial outlook of the organization, has to be measurable and controllable, has to be encouraging, has to cultivate the mission and vision of the business, and inspire or provide clear guidelines and coincide with individual and personal growth, and it be inspiring and rewarding the team based on the company's overall performance goal. So rewards can be intrinsic, which are focused on internal motivations or working for our personal satisfaction, possibly like a promotion or some sort of acknowledgement, or just because you want to do it and thank you. And then there's extrinsic rewards, which are monetary, such as bonuses, raises, and benefits. A multifunctional team, which is what we have with members from across the business with diverse skills. Our team's success is vital to the implementation of this new performance system. So our goal is to define the culture, the beliefs, the values, and enhance the morale, job satisfaction, and create that buy-in for our company's success. And then our specific rewards that we're looking at, I'll do that here, and we're going to take just a quick break while I switch over to the next part of the presentation.